A couple's love has to shift through the ages in our midweek movie, The Time Traveller's Wife, starring Eric Bana and Rachel McAdam, this Wednesday at 9:35. But now on RTE1, it's Shortland Street.
Provided that you and your support team are willing to accept the very real risks involved, then I will perform your surgery.
Now you throw this at me, another highly probable failure. Why do you agree to this?
Oh, we've got a bleed, arterial. Suction. Gabrielle, you need to clamp the artery. Gabrielle. Come on, Gabrielle.
I've made a mistake.
It's a bleed. They happen. Just clamp it and keep going.
I mean, agreeing to the surgery, 63% chance of failure.
They're just numbers. They're irrelevant.
Take over, Chris.
She just needs a second.
We're running out of seconds.
Gabrielle, look at me. I know the odds are against you, but you can do this. I have no doubt in my mind. You can do this.
Forceps.
You keep looking at me as if I'm to blame.
You are.
No, I told you. Your father drove me to it. He made me tell lies to cover up what Emily was doing. If I'd had my way...
If you'd had your way, you'd have been so smashed you wouldn't have known what Emily was doing. But you did know, and you did nothing to stop it. You let her beat a poor, defenseless little boy under our roof.
I couldn't help it. I really couldn't.
You're worse than she was. You are a selfish, heartless monster. Winston, I'm so sorry about what happened to you. I had no idea.
You haven't eaten. Is there something wrong with the food?
No. I just lost my appetite. We need to talk about this. About you.
No, we don't. I'm sorry. Let me take those plates away. You can tell me when you're hungry.
No, don't touch them. You're not waiting on us anymore. It's over, Winston. It ends right here and right now.
Leave him.
What, like you always did? I'm not like you. I will never be like you. Winston? Winston, you have to let me say this. I am so sorry for what happened to you while you lived in our house. How my mother could have stood by and let that kind of abuse continue.
You must not think badly over Annette.
My mother should have protected you. She should have...
Please, no. Your mother was very kind to me. She should have given me treats. I will always be grateful to her. That's why I brought you here. Because it was her dearest wish that you make up.
It was never going to happen. It's even less likely now.
Because of me.
Because of what she did to you. I can never forgive her for that.
Then you will never be happy. Which means I failed again.
Winston?
Look, Guy, I'm going to need your help in the morning getting some heavy pieces into place.
Morning, yeah? Yeah, I was thinking about doing some study.
All right, it won't take long, plus I'll make you breakfast, one of my famous omelettes.
I thought you'd never offer. Of course I help. Just tell me when and I'll be there.
All right, I'll give you a yell when I'm here. Last night in the old house tonight.
Have you told Sophie?
Yeah, and your mum. End of an era, eh?
I'll drink to that. Do you want a beer?
Yeah, well, seeing how I brought them, why not?
He's left his phone here and his wallet.
Where's he gone?
Oh, he'll be all right.
How do you know?
I know him. He doesn't like to talk about his mother hurting him. It embarrasses him, humiliates him. Such a proud young man.
He's a damaged young man.
Well, you could have made him feel a lot better if only you'd been nicer to me since we got here.
Nicer? After what I've just found out?
Do you think I wouldn't change things if I could? It kills me to think what Winston went through.
Yeah, and you thought a few pineapple lumps would help ease the pain.
And books, comics, fizzy drinks, and we'd talk. All out of guilt, yes. Now he's devoted, and doesn't matter what I do, he always will be. And I don't deserve a bit of it. But he understands the pain I've been going through for years. And he forgives me.
He forgives you because he blames himself. He thinks he deserved those beatings that he got. It's so wrong.
I tried to tell him that, but he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to talk about it.
And that suits you right down to the ground. The child that you neglected blames you for nothing. But even better, he comes back to look after you, to clean up your messes and pay for your mistakes.
I need him, I admit that. I need someone to care about me when I stuff up. Which I do over and over again, and I hate myself for it. But that doesn't mean I don't have a heart. And it doesn't mean that I don't love you. Because I do. More than you'll ever know.
You need a drink. Where is it?
In Winston's room.
Go and have some. I'm going out to look for him. I would ask you to help, but what good will you be if all you're thinking about is that bottle?
Brooke, you do care about me, don't you? In spite of everything? Just a little bit?
I care about Winston. I'm going to look for him.
Well, I'm coming with you. Of course I want a drink. But Winston's more important. And so are you.
Tell me it all went okay.
It was textbook. He's in recovery now.
Textbook. Good. That's good. Thank you. So when do we get to see him?
He's in an induced coma because of the risk of increased intracranial pressure, so he won't wake up until tomorrow morning.
And we won't know if it's been successful until then.
No, we won't. All we can do is wait.
Okay. Well, I'd just like to pop my head in and see him.
Yeah, of course.
Why didn't you tell Rachel the truth?
I did. There was no major incident.
I froze, Chris.
It was a temporary lapse. It had no bearing on the operation.
And what if there's damage from hypoperfusion? You and I both know that while I was standing there doing nothing, it could have happened.
Why are you going straight to the worst-case scenario?
Because it is a possibility. And you should have been honest with Rachel.
I don't want to worry her unnecessarily. If there is an issue when he wakes tomorrow, then we can talk about it.
Mum! Are you here? Oh, you are here. Did you have any luck?
No. No, I didn't. I looked everywhere. Would you like a hot drink?
No way. You are kidding me. People say you can't smell vodka. They're wrong.
Well, I'm sorry. It was cold out there. I needed
Did you even look for Winston?
Of course I did.
Nothing you say means a damn thing, does it?
Where are you going now?
Back out to look for him, to cover the ground you didn't.
Brooke, no, it's late.
And he is out there, upset and alone.
Don't you get it? He doesn't want to be found. He needs time by himself to think things through.
And what if he gets hurt? It's pitch black. He doesn't know his way around.
He's the most capable person I've ever met. He'll be perfectly safe. What he doesn't need is you stumbling upon him before he's ready, embarrassing him all over again.
You're not speaking, why not?
I'm surprised. You don't make mistakes. You don't freeze.
No, I don't. I realise now that I went into theatre feeling what I believe was anxiety. This compounded when the bleed occurred and I was momentarily overwhelmed.
What you mean is the pressure got to you. The same pressure that made you operate against your better judgment.
Yes, I made the wrong decision. And even if the outcome is good today, my process was flawed. Dangerously so. I wish I'd listened to you.
I wish you had to. And I hope you believe me now when I say I only ever have your best interests at heart.
I do. I've also decided to trust you. So if you still want us to be a couple, then I would like that too.
Well, I just came to get my trainers.
Yeah, your eye looks better.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, the place looks great. You've done heaps.
Yeah, well, I'm unemployed. Suddenly there are a lot more hours in the day, and I really want to get settled in. Your trainers.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah. Look, I hate to ask, but have you got any spare time?
Yeah, I'm free all morning. What do you need?
Well, I've got a tradesman arriving, but I've run out of coffee and I'm gasping for one.
You want me to get you a coffee?
No. You stay here while I pop out so there's someone here when he arrives.
But Hunter's right next door.
Thank you so much. You are a lifesaver. Breakfast's in the oven. Help yourself. Coffee, tea, whatever you want. Bye.
Brooke, darling, wake up.
Is Winston back?
I'm afraid not.
He was out there all night. It was freezing. He wasn't dressed for it.
Calm down. We don't know that he was out there. He probably found shelter.
Where? We're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, perhaps he went to his mother's place.
His mother's? She and Winston went back to Korea.
After they left us, and then they came back so that Winston could train as a nurse. As far as I know, Emily bought a place near here. Don't ask me why.
And you didn't think to mention this last night?
So you could go banging on every door to find him. I told you he needed time out.
You needed time alone with the bottle. That's the real reason. Come on, get your things. Hurry up.
You're going to take me with you?
If that old dragon has got Winston with her, she might not want to let me in. But she's hardly going to slam the door on her old partner in crime, is she? Come on.
Yo, Pops, I'm here. Where's that omelette you promised me? Jill.
Hi. Your dad wanted someone to wait for a tradesman and I was here getting my trainers, so...
Oh, the ones you left at my house?
Yeah, you should know. You left them here for me to pick up.
No, I didn't.
Your father said you did. He called last night and told me to come over this morning.
He told me to come over this morning and help him shift something. Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. The cheeky old... He set us up. He lured us here, cooked us breakfast, and then scarpered. What planet is he on?
He's my only family, you know. It was me and Mum and Dad and him. We were a unit. A completely dysfunctional one, but a unit all the same. And then suddenly it was just me and Jono. And I didn't speak to him for such a long time.
I'm going to bring Jonathan out of the coma now.
Okay, let's do it.
But first, there is something I omitted to tell you yesterday about the operation.
Gabrielle, this isn't the time.
Yeah, it is. What happened?
During the procedure, I nicked an artery.
Oh, this is so embarrassing, especially the food. What are you going to say to him?
That he's got too much time on his hands?
Right, see you then.
Bye.
I'm such a moron.
You are?
Yeah. Nearly left my shoes.
Does he have to come back again?
Yeah, we wouldn't want that, would we?
Right. No, you wouldn't.
Do I smell burning?
Oh, shoot. Oven glove.
Oven glove, what's wrong with tea towel, you Nancy?
Here. You gotta be careful with tea towels because if they're too thin, you get burning.
I hate you.
You don't hate me, you hate my father. It's his fault. Hey, this one isn't too bad. Do you want to share it?
This is hopeless. If she wasn't in the local phone book...
Well, maybe she moved after all.
Excuse me. My name is Brooke Freeman. This is my mother, Annette. We're looking for an old acquaintance, Emily Yun.
Emily Yun?
Nobody seems to remember her, but I was certain she lived in the area.
She did, yes. She lived down at the road there for several years in a house, quiet sort, kept to herself.
So she's moved? Do you know where?
The cemetery on Beachview Road, I'm afraid.
Emily's dead.
About 2 years ago. I'm terribly sorry.
He's not a bad cook, your dad.
He fancies himself a bit of a talent in the kitchen, yes. What?
When he asked me to wait here for a tradesman, honestly, you should have seen the look on my face. I was like, who does this guy think he is?
I wonder how long it took him to think of his cunning little plan.
Yeah, and why does he think we're such a perfect match anyway?
We were.
Don't.
It's the truth. I don't know about you, but I've had a really good morning.
Yeah, me too, apart from the burn.
So you'll stay for coffee?
Well, your dad claimed he didn't have any coffee and then told me to help myself. Yeah. I'll make it.
This is exactly why I didn't say anything. You're getting all wound up.
Of course I am. There's a possibility that Gabrielle's mistake may have caused Jonathan permanent damage.
I wouldn't call it a mistake. There was a slight delay, and then Gabrielle snapped back, and she continued faultlessly.
She stood there while Jonathan's brain bled, while his nerves were exposed. Why wasn't there an incident report?
You don't understand the situation.
I understand perfectly. This is all about you covering up to protect your ex-girlfriend.
Oh, that's rubbish.
Is it?
It's you I'm thinking of. I didn't want you to worry unnecessarily. If I thought for 1 second that what happened was a problem, I would have told you.
It's not good enough. You know me. I don't need protecting. I need honesty about everything. What's that?
Freezing. Go and grab a blanket from the car. Anything you can find. Have you been out here all night?
Leave me alone.
Winston, I can't do that. I want you to come back with us. Winston, you're not to blame for what your mother did to you. You were just a child. And she was...
She was a good woman.
She hurt you.
She wanna teach me discipline, so I would know how to behave. So I could grow up to be a success.
You are a success. In your field, you are the best there is. But there's more to life than work, Winston. There's love and self-respect. Your mother should have taught you these things.
My mother did her best at the time. And I do know about love. She loved me. I love her. I miss her very much.
That is so untrue.
Hunter, you have the music taste of a 12-year-old girl.
Unfair.
The fact that I was able to overlook the horrors residing in your CD collection...
Mean that you like me?
Something like that.
Oh, damn.
Work time.
No, I was meant to get some study in before I went, but that's a fail.
Putting hanging out with me before study. Oh, I do feel special.
You are. And if I could turn back the clock... I know it's no excuse, but I was jealous of you and Regan, and I was imagining all this stuff, and maybe I didn't want to get hurt, but I guess I jumped before I was pushed. And if you could try and forgive me, I'll take that as a no.
I do want to be with you. But it has to be a clean slate, okay?
Totally.
Okay, so maybe you weren't imagining things with me and Regan.
Hey?
I kissed him. Well, he kissed me, to be accurate, but...
What? When?
Before you and Paige.
Oh, this is great.
Hunter, it was one kiss. It didn't mean anything, and it hardly compares to shagging.
It does compare, actually.
How can you say that?
Because you played the heartbroken victim.
I didn't play anything. I came around to fix it and found you half naked and Paige in her undies.
Well, maybe what goes around comes around.
Don't you dare. It is nowhere near the same thing. Regan was an ex, and he got cancer and he needed comforting.
What? Cancer?
Rare. Terminal. Soon.
That's sad. But what happens the next time the guy needs comforting?
Well, I'll be there for him. Not like that, obviously.
So when he snaps his fingers, my girlfriend's gonna go running.
He's dying, Hunter. And I'm not your girlfriend.
Wait, Jill. Look, that was stupid. I'm sorry. I got jealous again, but only because I care about you.
No, Hunter, you only care about yourself.
Only me, and I know I owe you.
Thanks for breakfast, Callum. I'm sorry I broke a plate.
She threw a plate at you?
He'll be fine once he's had a good sleep.
What was he doing out there all night?
Maybe I shouldn't have said the things I did about his mother. He told me that he loves her. He misses her.
How can that be? She was a violent bully. The first time I caught her in the act, she didn't even care. She just kept on hitting him.
Because she didn't think it was anything to be ashamed of. She didn't know any better.
That's a cop-out.
How is she any different to all of those school teachers and headmasters who used to cane kids or give them the strap? They thought that was how you discipline them.
You defending Emily now?
I'm trying to see it from Winston's point of view. She was his mother. And he loved her, despite her faults. He loved her unconditionally.
Brooke, you know I haven't always made it easy for you to love me. Or even like me. But I promise you, darling.
No, don't. Don't make promises you can't keep. And when you do decide to take that first step, don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. Because you deserve a better life.
You know I love you, darling.
I know you try.
He's able to breathe on his own now.
Hey, Sleeping Beauty.
Rachel.
That's the one. How's your head?
Rachel.
I'm here. What's wrong?
Why can't I... Is the doctor here?
I'm right here, Jonathan.
I can't see you. I can't see anything.
What about this light?
What light? There's nothing. There's nothing at all.
Rory pulled out all the stops as he guides you through a sumptuous three-course meal in the last of the current series of How to Cook Well with Rory O'Connell this Wednesday at 7:30. Stay with us now for Doctors.